Happy Sunday, everyone.
Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Forgot to
Ear-
put my headset on.
Earphones.
Yeah.
How you guys doing today?
How's everybody doing? Happy belated Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to our family and friends in the U.S.
Yeah.
Hope you guys had a beautiful Thanksgiving. I saw so many beautiful pictures of people with their families and all them different
And friends.
and friends. Yes, sorry.
Yeah, family and friends.
But you guys look so good with your families taking pictures and stuff. And this is the first year people was able to get together because of COVID, right? And the lockdown and everything.
Yeah.
Because last year, the last couple of year or whatever too, um, people wasn't able to gather together as families.
Nope.
So to be able to see that now with everything going on is really beautiful.
Yeah, everybody
It's
went kind of crazy too, probably.
hopefully everyone still stays safe and everyone, did the precautions that they need to do. So,
Hmm.
but it was just a joy to see all the beautiful people with their families and friends and all the food. And oh my goodness, we got to do a turkey pigeon for Christmas.
Yeah, the stove's here not that big.
Well, we're going to do something. I know that. I'm gonna make me a vegetarian turkey. I don't know how that's gonna work out, but
I ain't eating it. I'll tell you that right now.
so because I don't eat any meat, so me and Kaya, we still on our vegetarian deal. So I think we've been doing pretty good. What you say, Pete?
Yeah, you're doing good.
Hmm.
Even though now she wants to take out her locks.
Yeah. So Kaya want to take out her locks. So pray for me as I try to comb them out with conditioner and Lord be with us as we go through that. She told me today when I was giving her a bath, she was like, "Ma, I'm ready to comb my locks out. I miss my straight hair. I miss my ponytails." She missed doing, her thing. So I was like, "Okay, you sure?" And she was like, "Yeah." So I think this is something we're gonna do. I may need to ask a couple of people they have combed their locks out. How much hair did you lose during the process? But I'm hoping it don't be that much. So we're gonna see how it goes. I already told her. I said, "What if I have to cut your hair, Kaya?" She was like, she actually almost started crying. She was like, "No way, it's no way you cutting my hair." I said, "Okay."
So she
So
better keep her locks then.
I think it's gonna be able to be done. It's just the fact of, like I told, you, it's gonna be like an all day process. So I'm definitely gonna have to do it over the weekend when I know we're not gonna be going anywhere, and I can try to comb those locks out the best way I know how. You know,
Good luck with that. You
you're
better
gonna
get
you're gonna help me. By the
you better
way,
get Sky to help you.
you're gonna help me. By the everybody gonna have a piece.
Whatever.
So we're gonna see how that rolls
We'll see how
out.
that rolls. Exactly. I think I'm gonna be
Hmm.
at work that day and for the foreseeable future. I'm gonna be at work.
So it's just gonna be me and Sky and the
I
Lock
got a
family.
case. I got a case. I gotta go.
So it's
Go
gonna
sit
be
out
me.
in the car.
Hmm. You know what I should have done? Because I told Kaya I should have just like braided your hair, then took it down and braided again. I think she got it confused in the sense of locks and locking it up or whatever. Either way, I'm gonna see can I work my magic and get my baby hair back together where it needs to be. I don't
Hmm.
know. We'll see.
Good luck.
How was your week, babe?
My week was good. Very busy, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
Spent a lot of time on the road this week.
Mm-hmm.
3 different hotels and about 10 different places in southeast UK.
Mm-hmm.
Um, from Cornwall to Plymouth to my goodness, I can't remember Exeter. I think it's called. I
You
don't
was all
know.
over the place.
Frome, Bath. Yeah, I was all over the place this week.
Mm.
I definitely was happy to be home and back home this week for the while. So hopefully I'll be home like that, and will be no long trips.
Mm.
I did a lot of miles these last couple of weeks, and yeah, it's getting to me. I'm a little tired, but I'll
Right.
be all right. How was your week dealing with the kids?
It was good. The weather has been changing so much. My throat is hurting. So
Hmm.
I've been having a hard time dealing with that. I had a little project to do, and now I'm finally happy that now I'm just going through the process of having this burning feeling inside of my throat, which is awful. But I'm doing some tea and all that, trying to get that done. Hi, Frederica. How are you?
Hey,
Greetings.
Frederica. Greetings.
Yeah,
Hello.
greetings to everyone. But
Yeah.
It was a good week. The kids, did what they supposed to do, and they was a really big help.
That's good.
When daddy is not here, they really step up.
That's good.
So I can't even say nothing,
They better.
They do what they supposed to do.
Yeah, they better. We be knocking them out. They just do stuff because they want stuff when they get home. As soon as I walk through the door, Daddy can have some Roblox. Daddy can have this. Daddy can have that. I'm like, I just walked in the door.
Yeah.
Can I have some chocolate? I'm like, what?
Because they used to you always bringing them stuff. Every time you go out or you be away for a while, you bring them stuff back. So they be looking forward to little gifts, little things from you. And stuff
I
like
guess.
that.
I guess.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I try to keep them happy.
So anything else? What's going on nothing going on in the news or anything like that? That's
I didn't really get to look at the news because I was pretty much either sleeping or driving or doing work.
Yeah.
So I didn't really get to look at the news. We did see that news about that Aventus pastor, but it's not even worth
really having a big discussion about it.
Nah, because that's just absolutely not our belief or what we believe in.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, he wanted to say that it's okay to rape your wife, but then we saw another clip of another pastor that talked about how it actually happens more than we realize.
Wow.
In marital in marriages and stuff, and
right.
maybe something down the road we can investigate more and then have a
discussion about
yeah. It just happened so quickly. They have a chance to get it all together for today.
Right.
But yeah, we do not believe that a wife is somebody that you can just that I have control over.
Right.
As you, my wife, you're my queen. You're not my trophy. You're my queen. You're my second person in charge. Pretty much equal in charge, actually. Not even second person. We do everything equally.
Right.
I let God lead me, and then you lead. Then we lead each other. And
that's the way.
That's how we believe. So it's not even worth, in my mind, because it will really just go into a long debate.
Right.
Not even a debate. Just I don't even know how to discuss that yet. So
yeah,
we'll leave that alone for the moment. But otherwise for that, no. Just yesterday I did a talk show with Talking Point, which I do every Sabbath afternoon at 5:00 UK time.
Right.
On Facebook, Pastor Ray Patrick, for those who would like to watch it. And yesterday we had a subject of guns and knives and violence with the young people in the world, in the UK.
Right.
And it was very interesting, very informative. We had a couple of guys that have got in trouble over the years, but they've turned their life around and now they're trying to do positive things.
That's good when you can start making changes in your life and not allowing your old ways to keep you like in prison.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you'd be a prisoner of your mind. And like you can see the positivity oozing off of them as they talk.
Right.
Everything they talk about is positive. Everything they do, everything they say is just a positive feel.
Right.
So that's always a good thing.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And if you can make a change, hey, do it.
Oh, no, I mean, if you can make a change, no, you make a change.
You make a change because you want to.
You make a change. You man up.
Yeah, or woman
up. We talked about that. We man up. Doesn't mean you being. It's not people say you man up. It's not always good to say, but sometimes you have to stop blaming other people for your problems and realize that your problems are your own. And if you man up, then you won't have that issue anymore.
Right.
You can man up and fix the problems that you're having, and then your life will be a little different.
Right.
So yeah. But did we say welcome to the Goddard's Real and Raw podcast show?
We're gonna have to do that at the end.
Ah, okay. We could do that at the end.
We kind of jumped in and just started talking and stuff, but
no problem.
We're so happy to have you guys with us today.
Yep. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Those are watching live and those may watch it later on. We thank you so much for your support.
Definitely.
We get a lot of good feedback here and there. And we're just thankful. Who knew that we started doing this as
just to try it out?
Yeah, because you've been bugging me that we'd be on our 9th or 10th episode, 9th episode.
It's going fast though, isn't it?
Who would have knew there would have been this many episodes in? And hopefully God will bless us where we can continue.
Yeah, which would be great.
Yeah. So we'll get to it.
We'll get right on in.
Yeah, we get right on. Want to pray first?
Yes, let's pray. Lord, thank you so much for this time that we're able to be here to connect with people that are online and people that will watch now and people that will watch later. And thank you, Lord, for this topic that we're going to talk about today. And hopefully it will help someone or just us having an open discussion on it. Lord, I pray in your name. Amen.
Amen. So we're going to talk about family. What's the title again? Worship versus screen. Family
versus screen time.
Oh, family versus screen time. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm a little off right now, so I said, yeah, you gotta help me along.
No worries.
Yeah, you
no
gotta be that.
worries.
You gotta lift me up.
And we're gonna have a guest with us today.
Yes, we are. Later
A
on.
friend of ours, yeah, that's gonna come in and talk with us and just have a little dialogue on family and family time versus screen time.
Yeah.
See how it goes.
No. Yeah, it should be better. It should be more. It should be interesting. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, definitely. So
yeah, last week was definitely interesting.
Yeah, it was.
We got through it, so that's the main thing.
Yeah.
But yeah. So family versus screen time. Family is very important to me. Family is one of the main things besides God that is number one in my life.
Right.
I try to make sure my family's taken care of in all aspects, from my sisters to my brothers to my cousins to my nieces, my nephews.
Right.
We have some nieces that are in Nottingham.
Right.
And I try to call them. I heard you called them the other day. You didn't even tell me you called.
Yeah.
Yeah, she told me, oh, yeah, Aunt Tyra called. I was like, oh, it would have been nice. My wife would have said she called. But anyway, but it's nice to know that you checked on them. Thank you.
Yeah.
So we check in, we try to check on, make sure everything's okay.
Right.
But yeah, family, beyond that, family is important because of our family, who are you? You can beat things without your family, but it's always good to have family.
Right.
And when you have young children, it's always difficult.
Right.
When you have family, because you have to nurture them, discipline them, teach them, educate them.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do all kind of different things to help them along as they grow.
Right.
A lot of ups, a lot of downs, a lot of good things, a lot of bad things.
Right.
But it's always good. And then we talked about versus screen time. So I remember back in the day, they used to say that the TV used to be the babysitter. And that was back then when TV was not as advanced as it is now.
Right.
And now we can't let TV babysit our kids, or iPhones or iPads. And I say this with the fact that, yeah, my kids do have a phone.
Right.
And they do have the TV.
Right.
Because I'm an electronic junkie. So I do have, I think it's good. It's good to have. Well, mainly because sometimes if I'm trying to watch something in the living room, I'm not trying to watch what they watching.
We'll watch cartoons all day.
Yeah, we watching, cartoons all day with
or
the 7-year-old.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, you got to go upstairs and
Right.
watch that. Like, yeah, but even then we have to say, yo, cut it off. I just think that it's important to have times.
Right.
I know we have a couple of devices. We have something called a Deco.
Right.
That actually the guest that's coming on, he's the one that he actually hit me up on that.
Right.
It's these devices that you hook to your router, and it actually allows you to cut off the internet at different times of the day.
Right.
So that they can't get on. Even though Pedro does have unlimited data, so he just go on his data, but we have to talk to him about just turning off his phone. But
minimize his time.
Minimize his time. But he's actually pretty good. He will put his phone down.
Right.
He will not play his PlayStation all day.
Right.
He will take breaks. So
Right.
I will say that about him. He'll play with his toys box with the boxing bag he has in his room
Right.
or whatever. So he will. You hear him boxing, so it's not like he's watching TV and boxing.
Right.
So he's pretty good with that.
Right.
But otherwise for that, I mean, we as with the family, when it comes to family, you just gotta try to keep your family together. You can't keep your family together if all you guys are doing is watching TV.
True.
So we try to minimize or negate that by doing different things. I think this past weekend, while I was away, you played a lot of games with them.
Yeah, which was we really enjoyed ourselves. We took our time. We was playing games. We was laughing. We was talking, and their minds wasn't set on being on their phones all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? So I was able to, connect with them, and just talk. And we was actually having good conversations. We listened to music while we was playing the games. So, it was very, they had my attention and I had their attention. So that's all they want is attention. And I just want my kids to know that it ain't always about TV and, all of that. Of course you can have a movie night, but game night was just pick up some play Uno or whatever.
I know having a movie night is the same thing as watching TV.
No, I was saying instead of doing a movie night, you can do game night,
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying that's the point. Doing a movie night is the same thing as doing TV.
So we just want to hi Tyrone, we talking about family time versus screen time. And how, what's more important, family time or screen time? And for me, we do get them screen time, but it's in the sense of, look, you get home from school, they get on for a bit, they may watch YouTube or whatever, but then after that, I'm like, okay, it's homework time or it's dinner time. Just take some time and talk how school was today. What's going on in your life? What's going on? How you feeling? How how's everything going? So we kind of
no phones at the table while we eat.
Right, no phones around dinner
The
time.
TV goes off because Kaya she'll be trying to watch TV while she eat.
They want to do everything. I'm like, we sitting around the table and everybody got their phones or watching TV. Nobody's interacting. No one is talking. You don't get the chance to figure out what's going on in your child's life or what they did that day or whatever. I just like to know little things that they may have experienced throughout the day, and I think it's important because I want them to know that we are interested in what's going on with you.
Oh, definitely interested.
Yeah,
definitely important.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, and it's not just, sometimes you could just, I know when I came home Friday night, you all just sitting around listening to music, talking. That's family time. I mean, you don't have to do anything either. You could just sit around and just talk. You could just sit around and do nothing. Just sit there and just be in the company of everybody.
Right.
And that's family time did. And then, conversations will come up and conversations will, do the
Thank
right.
you, Tyrone. Yeah.
Thank you, Tyrone. And so then, you do stuff like that. It just makes them more well-rounded where they're just not got their head in the phone.
Right.
Or the TV all the time. And that's all they're watching.
Right. Definitely. So now what we're going to do, we're going to bring on my friend Sheldon. I hope you're ready to pop in on this conversation that we're having right now.
Don't know, is he?
We may have to send him a WhatsApp message if he ain't ready.
I'm here.
Oh, yeah, there. You made it in.
Hello.
Say hi to everyone.
Hi, everybody.
This is Sheldon, guys. He wanted to pop in on the conversation.
I wanted to.
Yeah. You wanted to?
I wanted to. That's what you're saying. Okay.
Oh, well, I asked you.
okay.
You was like, yeah, okay. So I'm just glad you was willing. I'm glad you was willing.
Yeah.
She actually as a joke, not thinking you would say yes.
Yeah, I did.
I still have stories like Pedro.
Yeah. She actually asked you as thinking you was gonna say no, because you always say no. So she was like, "Oh, let me." And then she was like, "Oh, wow, he actually said yes."
Yeah. So I was like, "Wait a minute, I am not fit to say. I'm not fit to give no on this one."
Actually, I didn't say yes. I said, "Okay, maybe this one would be a good one to get one."
Oh. Well, that's kind of saying yes. That's kind of saying yes. I'll pop in. But yeah, we were just saying how we were just I don't know if you was listening, but we were just talking about how, like on this Friday past, the kids was home.
Yeah.
And then we was playing games.
I didn't want to get up.
Whatever, moving forward. But I thought it was a good idea. I was like, guys, take a break off your phone, everything. Come on downstairs, let's play some board games.
Yeah.
And we had a good time.
Yeah.
I made popcorn, we was talking, listening to music. It was a really good,
Yeah, it's really good to do that once in a while.
Yeah. Oh, Tyrone said hi, Sheldon.
Hey. I don't know if he looks familiar.
So yeah,
he would say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
So what do you think about that? Do you think how important you think screen time, family time, like what is your
It
take
is
on that?
very important, especially having dealt with coronavirus where the children were home.
Right,
I found that it was like a saving grace. Our daughter,
right,
she would come home. Well, she's working from home, doing
right,
school from home, and I'm working, so I can't check on her every 2 minutes, can I?
right, right,
So, you set screen time limits on your different devices, and hopefully she hasn't found a way around it, like how Pedro said, Lil P does with the mobile data.
yeah,
But I mean, there's ways around that too. Like
right,
I made sure I had things in place.
right,
Yeah, I forgot.
right.
I can knock his data off too for a certain time, can I?
Yeah,
Yeah, I forgot about that
if
on the
you
phone.
have Apple, I guess you can with
It's an
Android.
Apple device, yeah. So the
But
screen,
Apple
you can.
devices, you can. I think they were the first to do it.
Right,
Maybe even Kindle would be for them.
right.
We just use the decos, the ones that you suggested to us.
Yeah, yeah, but that
Yeah.
doesn't help with the data.
No.
That's the only issue. But
Yeah,
yeah, and even going as deep as basically setting times for different categories. I even
right,
did that,
right,
because yeah, you don't mind the child having their devices, but
right,
you don't want them only be watching TV playing games, do you? You want
right.
them to also be creative. So you
Mm-hmm.
want to set a time for your drawing and painting and what have you,
Right,
and reading Kindle.
right, right.
So yeah,
Yeah, because
coronavirus times.
I mean, I guess it is some positive ways that you can use your device. They do
Yeah,
have different books and stuff like that. But let's say if my child, like for instance, like to watch YouTube all the time, I can cut down her YouTube time and say, you know what, at this certain time, you only gonna watch this, and then you got to read your book that's online as well,
yeah.
exactly,
or something
exactly.
like that.
Yeah,
Not
because I mean there's so much things out there scary. I didn't even heard of something. You ever heard of
Drill, no.
drill music?
Oh yeah, that's UK thing, right?
what's drill music.
See, I never heard of it till yesterday.
The UK thing. So it's
Demonic.
kind of like
He just
rap.
said he don't listen to it because it's demonic and satanic. That's coming from my son. He said the kids at his school listen to it,
Oh wow.
but it's aggressive. It's like aggressive rapping.
It's almost
Oh,
like, how you hear hardcore rock.
I was about
Obviously,
to
I
ask
don't
that.
listen
Was
to
it like
rock,
that?
like
Yeah.
heavy metal. It's like that
Right.
for rap.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard, like
Right.
gangster rap. I guess it would be
Oh,
No,
similar.
it's even
okay.
worse than gangster rap because all it talks about is stabbing, shootings, and
Mm,
being disrespectful and aggression.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, just being aggressive at everything, just always being mad. It's like you're just mad at everything all the time.
hmm
Wow.
And I've really never heard of it because I don't listen to nothing but sports and gospel
Well, how did you hear about it?
on the
Me?
talk show.
Well, on the talk show. Oh,
Yeah,
no, no. How did
me.
you hear about it, Sheldon? You knew about it.
Oh, I watch a
Mm.
certain show,
Oh,
um,
okay.
but it's not all about drill. But they go into different types of raps. So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Because my daughter was like, sometimes my daughter was like, "Mom, you know who Nas is?" I was like, "Nas." I only know about him because he had so much stuff going on, not too long ago.
You talking about
And
the new one or the other one from our time?
You don't know about Nas? The
not
Nas song?
Nas, not Nas from our time.
Okay,
I'm
because
talking
yeah,
about,
that new one,
yeah, the
Wait,
other,
there's another one.
the new Nas, the Nas
Little
X,
Nas.
little
There's
Nas.
little
Yeah.
Nas. What's that?
The guy that had, that was acting like he was pregnant,
Mm,
right? That's the one.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't even know what the heck that is.
yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I only
Yeah.
know about the other guy because of the thing happened with the stampede and stuff, but I couldn't tell you who was a rapper, who wasn't a rapper.
I
Wow.
I
can't
know they had
even
that mumble
tell you
rap
his
for a
name right
while.
now.
I know they had
Right.
mumble rap for a minute, but I don't know.
I didn't even think about our Nas at our time. I know
Yeah,
I used
because you can't
to
talk too
listen
bad about
to.
our Nas.
No, I wasn't gonna say. I wasn't gonna say nothing about that Nas. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Back then, what we used to listen to is a bit different than what
It
kids
was
listen
more
to now.
conscious.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
they had some cursing and stuff, but I would say it's a bit more cleaner.
hmm
Would you say?
What now?
I'm talking about back then.
No.
The rap.
No.
You don't think so?
No, it was underlined. No.
Yeah. Nowadays,
No,
I think,
okay, look at it. Okay, let's review. Let's just do a quick review of the old rap. I forgot who
he's
did
gonna
it.
teach me stuff. See,
No, I'm not gonna teach you nothing. I'm just saying. Who heard of White Lines?
Never heard of it.
That's an old rap. That's before your time.
Mm.
That was about cocaine.
Yeah, I would think so.
Right?
Yeah.
See? But then as it progressed, they would rap about real stuff, but it still had an underlining, section in there that you had to pay attention to.
Right.
Because if you didn't, then it would, it was not the best. But it wasn't as it's like now they just put it out there. Back then they would rap about stuff, but it was kind of like they'll be dissing somebody, or they'll be talking about somebody, or they be, saying something.
Right.
Like NWA with, with the police songs they did.
Right.
And stuff, we got them in trouble and stuff, that was about the raunchiest stuff that they had. But now they just say go out there and shoot somebody.
Yeah.
Go out there and kill some, somebody steps to you, shoot them. Like they just say it now, where before they wouldn't say that. They would kind of be like, I'm gonna go get and handle my business. Right. So they kind of implied it, but they didn't say it. Right. And that's why it's so scary now, what we're talking about with not letting your kids get so much into watching everything and everything, because now it's so, the more and more they listen to it subconsciously, when something happens, what do you think the first thing they're going to think? What's the first thing that's going to pop in my head? Yeah. And that goes for everything. That goes for everything in life that they pushing right now. Right. And in mainstream media and stuff. And but you have to look at it. I remember reading somewhere that people like rich people, I think even Steve Jobs, right, who with Apple, I don't think his kids even had an iPad. If I remember, I read somewhere
he said times on it. Before screen time, there was Steve Jobs.
Right. So he was right.
So they did have devices. He just
they had the devices. He limited it.
Yeah. Right. Okay. He limited it.
And if that's the person that actually invents it, that's doing that.
What did that tell you? Yeah. That should tell you a whole lot.
I saw a quote the other day, it popped up on my Facebook. I'm gonna preface this by saying, because I'm not sure, because Facebook sometimes puts quotes of that was said by other people. They put other people's name to it.
Right.
But I saw a quote where it was talking about Kanye West, who we know is all going off his rocker right now.
You're talking about
Kanye West.
Right. Kanye.
Kanye. I would say that name wrong. K9, Ki, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
He just changed his name. I don't know what it is.
Whatever, fine. I changed his name. Everybody knew who I'm talking about. Anyway, he was of Joel Osteen or somebody, and he said that that the media is corrupting the children. I'm paraphrasing because I can't remember. I couldn't find the quote.
Right.
But he said the media is corrupting our children by TV and by devices and stuff.
Yeah.
And that we should not let them watch it. And then it said that the crowd didn't say anything.
Yeah. Wow. It always has been.
Like it was like, okay, whatever. Like we don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
People don't want you telling them. People don't want you to say this is what you need to do.
Oh, we're already into that now with the vaccine, but that's a whole nother story right there.
But that's everybody have their own choice if they want to get the vaccine or if they don't want to get the vaccine.
I know, but you just made a point about, I'm not saying that everybody has a choice, but some people's choices is made because they're stubborn, because they don't like to be told what to do.
Yeah.
Because people have been bullheaded since Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
Stubborn. Yep.
Definitely.
So
definitely.
And all about themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's here and now. So, but anyway, like I said, it's just weird, like, so yeah, we just wanted to get on to just talk a little bit about this, about how it's important for your family to just put aside that family time, put aside that time to do things with each other. Not necessarily, and sitting there watching TV is not doing something with your child.
It ain't all the time just board games either. You can go out for nature walk, just go to the park. It's so many other things that you can do.
Or be driven to the park.
Right, that too.
Because you ain't walking to the park.
It depends on the weather.
Excuse me?
But anyway.
No. Full disclosure. Excuse me? Huh? Okay. And then when I say let's walk, why we gotta walk when you can drive? Because I've been driving all day. I don't want to drive. I be wanting to walk. I'll be like, yo, let's walk. Nah, I ain't going if you ain't driving. I'm like, but I've been driving all day.
The point is, you spending that family time together.
Exactly.
Wherever
And if you do a walk to the park, you're spending time with the family walking. Yeah, I'm blowing you up right now because I want you to walk. Yes, I am. I'm telling you, I'm blowing you up. Yeah, I'm using this as
I'm gonna tell you right now,
platform.
with the snow coming down, I bet you right now.
I was just gonna say that.
You walk.
It's a bit white outside. Nobody walking anywhere for a while.
Number one, I'm not trying to walk in the snow. I'm talking about a nice sunny day.
Yeah, when that day
you'll
come,
still have me drive.
And when that day come, I will do it.
Okay, everybody, let's pin this at 7:37 UK time. My wife said on a sunny day we will walk to the park.
And it would happen.
It was the 28th of November 2021. Okay, I'm gonna write that down because
right. Go ahead,
I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna videotape it or something because I need proof. Because you will be. I didn't say that. I'm gonna come back to this podcast.
You should have said that on the 30th of February.
Say that.
I said she should have said that on the 30th of February.
Oh goodness!
There's no 30th of February. Oh, that's why you said that. Is this a leap year? I don't even know if this is a leap year.
No.
Coming up.
No.
What was it last year?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't keep up with it.
Yeah.
I don't know. When is leap year? Now you got me thinking about that.
Don't know.
Anyway.
I think
so yeah, see, just the importance of it, because screen, people don't realize how much the screen is really affecting it. And and the funny thing is, it's not even about the children either. We're talking about ourselves because I'll be honest, like when I go to bed, I just go to bed with my phone.
Yeah.
And then I'll be watching my phone, playing a game or something till I fall asleep. My wife, she does that sometimes. I'll be getting into bed, the phone, I'm laying on her phone. If I break it, oh well. Anyway. But then I told Tar, we need to stop putting our phones to the side.
Right.
And just laying there, and you will go to sleep. And then you realize that you actually get a better night's sleep. Even if you get a short sleep, you still get a better night's sleep than if you went to sleep with the phone.
Show them how you do with your phone.
I am noticing that.
Yeah, I'm noticing that too.
I have my moments where the phone drops on my face and I'm like, okay, time to go sleep. But yeah, I try to do that. I have so Apple has this bedtime thing where it would tell me when bedtime is. Not that I always listen to it,
right?
But at least it would tell me, wind down, and the phone, the color goes a little tamer as well. So I try, but not always does it work.
So I won't even use that because I would totally ignore it because I'm a night owl.
Yeah,
so I'm going to bed 1, 2.
I know that.
Oh, you're a night owl too?
I can be. Usually on the weekends I'll stay up late.
Nah, I'm a night owl all week long.
I can't do it during the work week. I won't function.
The only reason I've been going to bed, and even then I've been going to bed 12, which is early for me. I think a couple of times 11 this week, is because all the driving.
Yeah.
Or even like last night, I rested Friday night all day. Then I woke up Saturday morning, and then I was up, and I couldn't go to bed till like 4 this morning.
I was knocked out.
She was knocked out sleeping. I was up at 4 this morning. And
that sounds like my host though.
I tried reading something. I tried reading something that didn't happen.
Yeah.
I was you know what it was too. I think watching the Alabama Auburn game kind of got me hyped. Watching that, and then I just kind of carried over for a couple of hours. But but that's not normally do because sometimes I'll just turn off the TV and just lay there in the dark.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I've learned to not always have the screen on. It's number one, it messes with your eyes. That's why my eyes are probably bad now from all the screens I watched over my lifetime.
Right.
Yeah. And then you got the earpiece in your ears blowing music. That's why your eardrums you can't hear anymore. I know you can't hear. My kids, I can hear. That's a funny thing. I can hear still.
Yeah, me too.
I surprise my kids because they'll say something like Sky said something underneath her breath the other day. And I was like, why you said that? And she was like, what you mean? You heard me? Yeah, I heard you. How did you hear me? Because I can hear.
Not Kaya.
No, Sky.
Oh, Sky.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Sky, she's 11. She's in that groove of under her breath. I can't believe you did that. I can't believe you're telling me that. Stuff like that. But like, yeah, I told you that. If she's like, what? What you say? I said, I heard what you said. She's like, you didn't hear what I said. I said, would you like me to tell what you said? And I told her, she was like, So now she realized she has to be careful what she says around me.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. Not just her. Teenagers.
I know we had took Sky phone away from her for almost 2 weeks, and I think she almost lost her mind. Literally.
Yeah,
She was like,
and you know, it's funny thing because we are very what's the word? We are very, when it comes to our kids, we're very on top of things.
mm-hmm.
Mm,
But even then, even with us, things happen where you sometimes get busy and you just lose track for maybe a week or two.
yeah.
And it was just weird because we had kind of slacked off a little bit because we start trusting. You know, we try to put trust in our kids.
Yeah, you try to
So
build that
you put
trust.
trust to build up the trust,
Right.
to let them do. I believe in letting them do something, let them fail, and then you correct them.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't believe in like, chain and ball the whole time or like
Mhm.
lock them down. Because I know when I was locked down, when I got out, it was a wrap.
Mm.
It was a wrap. I just went buck crazy. I just went absolutely
Well,
off my
that
rocker.
normally happens when you try to hold a child down for so long, and you're just trying to keep them from everything, and then the next thing you know, boom.
Yeah, trying to shelter them from everything. It just
Yeah.
doesn't always work. So when we it was weird because she went to school and saw a fight, and this kid got into a fight, and she videotaped it. And as soon as she got in the car, she's like, Dad, I videotaped this fight. And I was like, why? She's like, because I could. I'm like, did any of your friends videotape it? No. I said, they don't have phones? She's like, yeah. I was like, so why'd you videotape it? She's like, oh, I just thought it was funny. I'm like, why is a fight between a guy and a girl funny? Number one, that's a boy hurting a girl. That's not funny.
Mhm.
And she was like, but I was like, no, let me see it. And then that just started the whole cascade of everything just coming about, where we start looking through a phone and we just, nothing really bad, but just things that were concerning,
Mhm.
because our kids are good kids,
They
but
try to be.
Sky's the curious one.
She's definitely not curious.
She's the curious one. She likes to figure things out.
Mhm.
Like if we lose something in the house, she'll find it. To the point that I think she puts stuff aside, and because she be finding stuff. Yeah, she be stashing stuff and then be coming back like, oh, look what I found, so she can get praise or something. Because she be finding stuff that I'm like, look,
That's
I
a
look everywhere in
smart
this
kid.
house. How did you find that? How did you find my pen? How did you find that? I don't. It's weird. I told her I think she's hiding stuff on purpose and then bringing it back up like a couple of months later. But anyway,
Mhm.
so we decided that we was going to
Take her phone for about 2
take her
weeks.
phone away, and so
Yeah.
that's why we did that, to
Yeah.
give her a break.
And she was like, Mom, when do I get my phone back? And she asked me about 1 or 2 days. And then after that, I said, you keep asking me, you won't get it back at all. And she got to the point where she just started doing other things. I actually saw her in her room reading a
Oh,
book.
it's
And I was like,
amazing how that works. Yep.
wait a minute. All I gotta do is take your phone away for you to actually read a book.
Yep.
And
That
she
happened
started
with
doing,
us too.
yeah. And so she started doing other things, getting back into her art and drawing and stuff. I was like, wait a minute.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's all it takes. Take the phone away for a little bit.
I haven't seen you draw anything for about 2 months. As soon
Right.
as I take that device away. Oh, that's nice.
A totally different child, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And more respectful too. It's like they need those reminders.
They
Well,
do.
you see that's what I was telling to Tara, that we noticed her attitude was changing. She was starting to adopt to the kids at school.
Right.
Mm.
She was starting to be more defiant, more talkative back, more just things that was not like her.
Mhm.
And we was like, wait a minute, wait, something's not right. So that's kind of the reason why too we took the phone,
Right.
and we realized, wait, we haven't looked at her phone in a minute, and we said, let's look at the phone and see. And
Yeah.
then we went and we looked and was like, okay, something's not right. This is, we got to fix this.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's that. And we were just talking about that. That it's just funny. Like, not everybody believes in God, but we do. And we just came to the conclusion that God just showed us, like, because what's the odds that our daughter would have took a picture or took a video of a fight?
Mhm.
and then tell us, and then we like, wait, that's not cool, and then we go back, and then it just started the whole cascade of finding out things that we never realized was happening.
Right.
And it allowed us to have a discussion with her, in-depth conversation, and see some of the things that she may have been going through that we didn't realize she was going through. Because just because your kids may talk to you doesn't mean they always talk to you
Or tell you everything.
or tell you everything.
I mean,
Sometimes
we were there once, so we know that.
exactly. We know how that go. We
Yeah.
you know, when I was a kid, I would not tell my mother everything.
And I hate surprises. I hate surprises. I hate finding out stuff. I'm like, why you just didn't stay, or why you just didn't, tell me? But
because sometimes, like, they think the parents are gonna be mad.
But sometimes you know your kids enough. I knew that something wasn't right, but I couldn't make her tell me. I had to be like, I have to get her to a place where she felt like she could just open up. But I told her too. I hate surprises. Please don't do that.
Yeah.
You know, like that's good for me. That I don't surprise you of anything.
Just do what you got to do. No, I'm
good.
talking about in the sense of what's going on in their lives.
You said I don't like
not
surprises.
all the time you know what's going on in your kid life.
You said, and I quote, I don't like surprises.
No surprise gifts there, Pedro.
No surprise gifts.
No. Gotta tell her ahead of time.
I can't surprise her anyway. I just go get it, because if I don't surprise, she's not a surprise person. It's honestly kind of true. She don't like surprises. I don't. If like she'll say, oh, I need this, and if I'm out, I'll go get it and then bring it home, and I'll just put it on the table, and then I'll walk away, and she'll come like, where did this come from?
Right.
Like that, because she's not really surprised. She's never really been a surprise, as I really think about it. Not thinking about it, she's actually right on that aspect of she don't like surprises. Yeah,
just tell me.
I don't
just
really
be straight up, and that's what I'm trying to teach my kids. Just be straight up. Just say what it is.
Yeah, even if it results in being punished,
right?
At least you got it out.
Well, no, that's a funny thing. You know what though? Believe it or not, we don't believe. I won't say we do believe in punishment, but believe it or not, we would actually be more lenient if they was honest with us than when we find out.
Right.
When we find out, they get punished harder.
Yeah.
When they are honest with us, we can kind of be like, okay, let's get to the crux of the matter. Let's get to the point of why you're doing what you're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
But when you hide it, the first thing is like, why you have to hide it? Then you're like, so why did you say something? Why couldn't you just say something? So we try to stress to them that if they tell us the truth, we won't be mad. Is when we find out that we're more upset and disappointed than if they tell us. Yeah. Because the whole idea of having an open communication with your children
building trust
is them coming back to you and saying, look, this is what happened. So I would say to like my children, if anybody sends you an inappropriate picture, come and tell us. Because your friends, the young kids today, they send all that stupid silliness out on TikTok stuff and YouTube. What's that YouTube? What's that shorts?
Snapchat?
YouTube? No, the YouTube shorts. When you go to YouTube and that's like the short story, right? They send the YouTube stuff and all that, and we're like, send it to us. I mean, show it to us, because we find it, we're gonna be more upset than you just coming to us and saying, this is what they sent me.
Correct.
We won't be mad if you come to us and say that. We want you to, because we're telling you, come and tell us. So we promise you, we will not get mad. We'll just be like, okay, let's fix it.
Yeah.
Right.
But
I just think it's hard for some kids to stand up to their friends and to be like, I don't do this, because kids trying to fit in everywhere they are.
Yeah.
Well, you have to fit in, because you have to have it's just the way the world works. You have to. Nobody likes to be alone, and that's why it's hard. Not everybody's loners. I was a loner, so I didn't care if I was friends or not.
Right.
I did like having friends, but if I didn't have friends, I wasn't going to be like, oh, I don't have no friends. I'll just be by myself. I'll find things to do. Right. But then I ended up getting in trouble because the things I was doing was not the best thing.
Right.
So, it all depends on the child.
Yeah,
like for me, I was a learner, but I always cared about what other people thought.
Right.
So that sometimes got me in trouble.
Right.
You know, it's funny you said that because we was actually in the discussion yesterday. We was actually talking about that. We was actually talking about that and the fact that young men and women, the problem that they have in life is that they're trying to fit in, and you spend half your young life trying to appease other people because you're so afraid of what they may think of you or who you are, what you are.
Yeah.
Then you end up getting yourself in trouble because you end up doing things that you should not, that you should not be doing, or you end up hanging out with the wrong crowd.
Hmm.
And we was just talking about that people that as a young person growing up in the UK, the US, anywhere, that's one of the things that young men and women have to deal with as they go from childhood to adulthood.
Hmm.
Is just, and that you don't have to worry about what people think of you. God has your back, and your family, and you don't need to worry about don't worry about what people would think of you, how you are, what you're not, because you can, no matter what. One thing I've learned throughout my life, and that is that no matter what you do, people are always going to have a perception about you anyway.
It's true.
I You could do 100, you could do 99 things right, then the one thing you do wrong, that's all they remember.
Yeah.
I think I said that before,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, that's just the way life is. But you can't worry about that,
Right.
because as long as you know the type of person you are, as young people, we have to realize. Well, I'm not young anymore, but as a young person, you
I
have
am
to
young. I don't know
realize.
about you.
Don't get me started. You about you. But as young people, we as a young person, you have to realize that just be the best person that you can be,
Right.
Yeah.
and just let God lead you and direct you. If you do those things, then you'll be fine.
Hmm.
Because no matter what, as you get older, you'll realize one thing: no matter what you do, people always gonna have something bad or good to say about you.
Yep.
Oh,
So you
definitely.
cannot let people dictate the way you run your life.
Oh, definitely.
Because if you do that, then they win and you lose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. And to be
Mm-hmm.
honest, realistically, looking back at it, it's the people that did go against the crowd that were successful, weren't they?
Right.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
we were worrying all that time, but for what?
Right. That's true. That's true. Wherever, I mean, at that time, you
I mean,
just
well,
like
you can be popular, but I mean, the way to be popular is just to be popular. I think the best way to be popular is
just
to
to be
be popular,
yourself.
to be yourself.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Be popular because people like you. Be popular because people respect you. Because I think more than anything, respect is more important than popularity. If I'd rather have the respect of somebody than for them to like me, because I don't like people, but I still respect them.
That's because you're, an introvert. No, you're an
No,
introvert.
no, because some people are jerks.
Hmm.
Some people are jerks. Some
That's
people
true.
are jerks. Doctors, I've been in healthcare for a long time. You meet doctors, nurses, people that, I got this title, so I'm better than you, kind of thing. And the thing is that I don't like them because they are a jerk, but you know what? I give them respect for having that title,
Yeah.
because most times they earned that right to have that title.
Right.
They started from the bottom, they worked their way to the top. So I believe, just like how I am, I think of when it comes to pastors or when it comes to somebody with a title. Even friends of mine that are pastors, I can't find myself calling them by their name.
Hmm.
I can't. I'll say pastor and then their name. I always say pastor, then their name. Or
Right.
I'll say elder and their name. Or I'll say Mr. and then their name. Like I don't really call that many people. Well, I do call you Shell. I call you by your first name.
We can call him Mr. Sheldon.
We can call you Mr. Sheldon
No, you can't.
if you're not. But that's different though, because that's a different aspect. That's our friendship.
Yeah.
But like, if you have a title of authority like that, then I believe that you give that person respect.
Yeah.
I don't like every pastor.
Right.
I don't like every doctor. I don't like every elder, but I will still give them that respect.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's just something that is lacking in the world.
Right.
That people don't give that respect that is earned to somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So ask you a question. It's kind of off topic, but if
Huh?
say I went to school, I became a doctor. We went back long time.
Right.
Would you start calling me doctor, or
Yes.
yeah?
Yeah.
Even if it's just you and
Yeah.
myself
Because
in
in
the room.
case in point, I know somebody
Okay.
who, when I was in Columbus, Georgia, worked for the power company. He was an elder in the church.
Hmm.
We lost touch for a long time.
Okay.
He went back to school, became a pastor. So now, if I haven't spoken to him in a long time, I think I spoke to him maybe a year, like before the pandemic. But if I was to call him up today and say, "Hey," I'll say, "Hey, pastor," and then his name,
Okay.
because he earned that right. He earned that by going back to school and becoming a pastor.
Yeah. So I agree with you.
I have a friend, Pastor Philip Wesley.
Yeah.
We grew up together in church because his father was a pastor. My father was a pastor. He wasn't a pastor then. I have a couple of friends that are pastors. If I saw them, Pastor Lawrence Dorsey, I think he's in California. Altina, I can't remember the name of the churches. It's a church in California. I haven't spoken to him since high school. But if I was to come across him, I would say, "Hey, Pastor Dorsey." I'll say, "Pastor," you know. He like Pastor Philip, he'll say to me, "Hey, fam," and I'll respond, "Hey, fam," back because he put it first.
Okay.
But if I talk to any pastor, Pastor McKenzie, Pastor Ray Patrick, if I text him, I say, "Hey, Pastor Ray," "Hey, Pastor Steve." I'll put the pastor. You look in my phone, you can see in my phone, it always starts with pastor. Good friend of ours, Pastor Dijon Toll. I'll say Pastor Toll.
Yeah.
I won't call him. I can't even say it. I won't even call him this first name. It feels weird.
So I hope Pastor Toll's listening, but because he's my friend from
he
way
knows
back.
it already.
Yeah.
He knows it already. He already knows that. He knows that we've been sitting in his house to
No,
3
I
in the
mean
morning.
for me,
And I still call him Pastor.
Pastor Toll. If you come in my house, cause we go back so far, I'm calling
Right.
you Dijon. But if you're out and about, I'll call you Pastor. I'll give you your
Right.
respect because I do respect you.
No,
Right.
I'm not saying
Say
it's
it
not
right.
about that.
Yeah.
I'm saying just for me. I'd even do it in his own house with nobody around.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I see
That's where
shifting point though.
No,
I'm
I
different.
understand. No, see, that's
I'll respect you,
different.
yeah. But
No, I understand that,
I went like
it's
this.
listen, but it's different. It's different aspects
Yeah,
of people's. Everybody has a different. This is just my belief.
Right.
yeah,
That's just my thinking. That's just my upbringing. Maybe
yeah,
because I came up around nothing but pastors and Bible workers,
yeah. That's
and then
probably so. Yeah,
then their children, and then their grandchildren, and then their families and stuff. So maybe that's why I have that I lean towards that way,
Mm-hmm.
because that's my mother, all she would say was pastor such and such, pastor such and such.
Right.
So maybe that's why I'm like that. But
yeah, yeah,
that's just my belief.
Right.
yeah, yeah,
That's just my belief because I just believe in that. I just can't.
yeah.
So getting back to what we was talking about with screen time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead.
pull us back in.
That's okay. Put a
Reel you back in real quick. So guys, just a question. So what you got? What would be other ideas besides going to the park and stuff? What would be something else that's on top of your brain that you can say a family can do besides screen time?
We could read a book together. Everybody take turns because the
Mhm.
mind is a powerful thing, and
That's a terrible thing to waste.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What else? You can play games. You can make use of the devices together, even
Right.
if it's not for a movie. So, like,
Right.
you could play a game together.
Oh, we did that
Yeah,
yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
We used it
Doesn't
to play a
just have
Bible
to be
game.
board games. Yeah,
We just screened it to the TV,
yeah,
unfortunately. But it was a Bible game. But we had to read questions and then answer them.
Right.
yeah. And I mean, we're in England. Our family's in Bermuda or
Yeah.
US.
Right.
So yeah, you do need those for some things. So
Right.
you can do like you guys introduced it to me because I didn't know at the time, but Disney Plus, you
All
can
right.
do that so everybody's involved in it, um,
Right.
as well as with the games. Um,
Mhm.
that's off the top of my head,
Right.
but
There's only, I mean,
sports,
TV, sports,
yeah,
walks,
yeah,
talks, um, rap sessions, worship. That's the best time is to have family worship.
yeah,
What else? I can't think of anything else. I mean, pretty much anything besides sitting in front of a TV.
Right.
Let's just say it that way.
You know, the
Anything
hardest
besides
part
sitting in front
now
of a
with
TV.
having teenagers now is like getting them out their room. Like, what's in there that you want to stay in your room all day?
You was a
Well,
teenager. What was in it when you was in your room? Your phone, your TV. Well, you didn't have a TV. You did have a phone though.
I
Your
guess
parents-
it's just a sense of privacy, I guess.
it's not only that, but teenagers don't want to communicate. They want to be when they're. It's almost like when we come home from work. You know, you don't want to really be bothered. Yes, you got a family and all, so you will. But sometimes you just want to say, okay, go your separate way. I want to go sit on the couch for an hour.
That's me.
You know, leave me
That's me.
alone.
Listen, here's a little secret. I'm gonna tell everybody, and Ty already knows this.
That's that.
But what I do when I'm coming home from work,
Mhm.
unless I come home like the other night when it's actually a good thing that there was not an accident, it was something on the thing that I had to sit for 45 minutes.
Right.
I actually take 15 minutes sometimes before I come into the house
Oh my
to
lord!
decompress.
You sound like somebody else we all know.
I will take. I'm dead serious. I will not drive up to the house. I will actually stop down the road and stop for a minute and let myself just decompress
Yeah.
before I walk into the house. I won't just come straight from work and then come home,
Mm,
because I find that if I do that, then my whole night is just going. There's no break.
mhm,
We all need a break.
yeah.
So a lot of times not now because I get a break in the car while I'm driving, so I don't do it as much now. But when I worked in the NHS, before I walk back in the house, why you think when I got up at 1 o'clock, I'll get home like 1:30? I'm only 10 minutes away.
But this is the thing. When the pandemic happened, it's just like it was forced on all of us to spend
It
a lot of
was.
time together.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, and
Mhm.
actually, it was an adjustment period for all of us because we just like, wait a minute, you need to scale back. Like, you always you're in my space. You know
I'm
what I
still
mean?
adjusting.
Listen, that didn't happen with me because Tower already know. Tower had to adjust with me because I go upstairs in a
Me,
minute.
I be like, you know, with Peter upstairs, I'm like, oh, I want to go and sit. You know, let's have a conversation. And he like, no, I just want to watch you.
Oh, listen, we got into
You
a
You
big thing.
killed
Now,
Pedro.
listen, we got into a big, not even a fight. We just got into a big debate where we used to be down. This is not a studio, but we used to be down. This used to be our bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
We moved upstairs to the attic. When we moved upstairs to the attic, all of a sudden this chick decides, my wife, my queen. I'm sorry, not this chick.
I'm about
My
to say,
wife, this
wait,
queen.
wait.
Yeah, this person right here to the right of me decide that she's all going all of a sudden now spend more time upstairs. And I'm like, yo, why
It's
you
like
in
they
that space?
follow us in a Pedro.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Go
Like,
somewhere.
when you was downstairs, you wouldn't come. This would be my sanctuary. I would be in the bedroom. I watch TV. I'll read. I'll do my devotion, whatever. Just my special time.
Wow.
You wouldn't bother me. But now
Wow.
we upstairs. Now you want to come upstairs all the time, and I'm
Whatever.
like, yo.
But do you see a change in our family though now since the pandemic? Do you see a change in your family, Sheldon, that what the pandemic have done for you guys? Has it been a good experience, bad experience? Like how's that whole thing?
That's still a pain in the butt. No, yeah, it was a good experience because you know, it got Malia to kind of talk more with us as well. So
Right.
and this house not me because I'm the strongest, but anyway, but we all had a little issue with you know, a bit of anxiety and all of that with pandemic. So
Right.
yeah, being able to kind of be there for each other,
Right.
you know, it kind of made us stronger as well as a family unit.
Right. Right. You know what's been a blessing too, also through the whole pandemic. And I thank God for it. You know, so far so good. We haven't became ill with the COVID.
Mm,
You know, so I always used to worry about that in the beginning, you know, stages of lockdown and everything. Like, oh, what happens if this happens? What happens if that happens? And
yeah,
then it's kind of like, you know, are we gonna be ready? Are we gonna be prepared? You know,
yeah.
Yeah,
I
the person
remember because we were all talking to
Yeah.
each other at that time, so we were all
Yeah.
having it.
yeah.
Yeah, we that was the only close thing is Kai was close contact
Yeah, she was close contact with someone.
with our best friend who
Right.
right, and so that was the closest we came to having a COVID scare.
Right.
Mm. Yeah. I was telling
That's true.
Amalia every time she went to school, hey, do you need to take the spray with you? When your friend comes up to you, spray him done. Don't bring that to my house.
So now what I do now, I go to the store and I got them some hand sanitizer. So I'm like, guys, because I'm not sure
Wait.
how often.
Go back. What you just said?
Okay, so me and Pedro went to the store. We was in the store. And
She don't go
Oh,
to
that
the store.
changed.
me and Pedro's in the store, and I got the kids these little travel size, hand sanitizer things. So I was like, you guys use this before you eat your lunch every day, because I'm not sure how often they go to the bathroom to actually wash their hands.
Mhm.
So I'm like, and then if your friend next to you, get them a little bit,
Yeah.
passing along. This is a whole. Everybody needs to do it. Type of thing.
Mm.
But
And
I don't think people taking the COVID as serious as they were before. Do you think?
it's going back to it right now, possibly too. So make sure you're on your P's and Q's now anywhere you are.
I know
But
about the new
yeah, they're
variant.
not taking it. Yeah, the new variant, and it's probably, I don't know. Pedro could probably say more about this, but it's probably going to be new variants for a while. It's
Right.
just
Yeah,
going to
because
keep popping up.
when you catch up to something medically, it always evolves and
Mutates.
mutates to something else.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's just the
So
way it goes. I mean, you're different type. There's different types of flus.
yeah,
Walking pneumonia. That's a flu. It's just a higher type of flu.
yeah. I tell you
So,
though, my hands are damaged from all this washing my hands.
I know
I'm
mine is.
I'm
Jeez.
Bermudian, and I was taught to wash my hands almost every second, so it just got worse.
I
I
think
just
now it's so like I think Kaya, she constantly watch. I know she watches a lot at school,
yeah.
and then by the time she get home, she's watching, watching. So it's just like now it's just part of your
Routine.
routine. Hmm.
But for me, it's
well,
just
guess
going
what
up
though? It should
level.
have been a routine before the pandemic.
I know, but
Exactly.
a lot of people wasn't doing it. You know that, especially I'm not sure how everybody in the US do, but I know since I've been in the UK when we was going out before the pandemic hit, it's like it did. We'll go to the movies and I'll go into the toilet and I wash my hands, but then somebody else behind me goes to the toilet and walk right out the door.
I've
I'm
seen
like,
that everywhere, though.
I still
Bermuda
see that.
who
included.
does that?
Mind you, it wasn't
The
a
whole world
Bermudian
does that. It's a
one, but
worldwide
yeah,
pandemic.
That's
it,
disgusting.
yeah. But yeah, at least we were taught proper.
And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm putting the eyes on that person because I'm like, you know what? If I see that person when I'm out,
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure, like, wait a minute.
I already know. I know somebody she may not still be on, but she was on earlier. But she's like, yeah, you better wash your hands and everything, and sanitize them, and dry them and sanitize them again, because she ain't trying to hear that.
Do you still wear your mask to the store?
Me?
Yeah.
So I got in the habit of forgetting it. But when I do have it, definitely it's on. People
Yeah.
are looking at me like I'm funny, but I don't care.
I mean, I don't see why they looking at you as you're funny when we still
Yeah,
in the
I'm protecting
pandemic. Like
myself.
it's not over.
Hmm
I think we're gonna be in it for a good while now.
I don't wear. I be honest. I don't wear a mask in the store most times now, but I do social distance.
Oh yeah.
So I don't because now people getting back to where they get right on top of you. Where if I walk and somebody's getting something I'm getting, I would actually wait for them to finish getting what they're getting, and then I go behind them and get it. I won't walk next to them and like try to grab it while they're standing there.
Yeah.
So that's how I deal with it. I don't always wear my mask because I wear a mask like all the time when I go into everybody's homes. I wear a mask, and they're like, "Oh, you don't need to wear your mask," and I'm like, "Nah, I need to wear my mask." So I do wear my mask. I do wear my mask when I'm at work and I go in. But I'll be honest, when I go into the store, depends. Because actually, some places I go to, it's still law. Like in Scotland, you still have to wear a mask even
Mhm.
inside the building. So I do wear a mask when I go into a store. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You gonna reel us back in, Tara?
Yeah, I'm trying to reel y'all back in.
We're not going off topic. You're the one that brought it up.
No, I was asking in the sense of, the pandemic bringing families together.
Okay, well, the pandemic has definitely brought families together, but it's also damaged families because the mental health aspect of it has made a lot of people what Michelle said about anxiety. It's caused a lot of anxiety because people have been worried. But what you said about somebody bringing it home, and if you got an elderly person, then they may get it. I know people that was not going that was actually not going back to their homes, was living other places because they didn't want to bring it home to their family members.
Mm.
Or they would quit work because their job was where they may catch it, like in the healthcare, and they didn't want to bring it home to their family.
Yeah.
So it was two sides of everything when it came to family. It helped and it also hurt.
Yeah.
And I think that's why now that it seems to have gone down a little bit, it's not really, but people hope it has. They get into that bad habit of thinking that it went to where now they can start back to normal again. But to be honest, we're never going to be normal for a long time.
Yeah.
But it does
Well,
help.
technology is actually pushing in a way that, if used right, we might not have to worry as much for this stuff.
Right.
So, like, and I just remembered the guy's name, Travis Scott, who you were talking about at the concert.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So this thing's coming out called Metaverse, where,
Mm-mm.
for instance, you can go to a concert without being at the
Nope.
concert.
Not doing it. That's just another way for them to get into your house. They already have. That's Facebook.
It's already there, though.
I know
Yeah,
it's an
it's
AI.
already
It's an
there.
AI that's in your house. Facebook is an AI that's in your house,
Mm.
and everything. Nope, not
Not
doing it.
even just Facebook, Netflix.
I know
as well.
Facebook, Twitter, everything. Because I
Netflix.
think
Yeah.
Netflix, yeah. Because the other
They-
day, wasn't you talking about something, and then you said that you had got a.
Yeah, but it popped up.
It just popped up, and you wasn't even talking their phone or nothing. You was just talking, and then next thing you know, it popped up.
Yeah. But I mean, how do you think that you're watching Netflix? How do you think they're gonna suggest different shows to you?
Oh yeah, because they
Well,
they
AI.
always they will say that section that says here's some suggestion of shows for the things that you watched.
Yeah, it's all artificial intelligence.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I know what that made a thing is where you can now, which should be actually good for you and your mother, because you can actually you can both go to one place and it'd be like you're both together. You're both there.
Like a virtual thing?
Like a virtual thing, yeah.
So it's not just Facebook. Facebook just changed the name to Meta.
Right.
But the metaverse is like, you've seen Ready Player One.
Right.
Have you seen
Oh yeah,
that?
I remember that. No, she never seen it.
No, I never seen it.
I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen Ready Player. Yeah, I've seen it.
And there's a new one, I forget the name, but basically where you're in an artificial world.
The Free Guy.
Free Guy, there we go.
Free Guy, because I just watched it. I watched it the other day.
Yeah, you'll be walking through the store, purchasing things, all of that. That's the route technology is taking.
Wow, that's crazy.
But that's gonna result in needing more screen time for your children as well.
Yeah, so then it's almost kind of like making them zombies.
Screen time and parental controls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I see.
I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I doubt it.
It might just be pushed on you.
To actually,
Just be ready.
I'm trying to wrap my mind around being in. So, would you have like on these virtual things where you in the house next to the person?
Yeah, you could have that. I don't know if they're just gonna go that route.
No, I mean that's one way.
Right. They have Oculus already. I've never seen Oculus, but I know that Apple is supposed to be bringing out theirs, and Ray-Ban has something as well that was not long ago released. So
yeah, I watched I saw one of my friends on Facebook. She was doing a workout.
Right.
She was using the PlayStation VR goggles, and the stuff was coming in your box.
Okay.
And it's like you're right there.
Wow.
And the stuff like coming at you, and you hit it and break it, and it's just flying. That's how you work out.
Well, I do want one.
One.
The workout thing, the boxing thing.
I knew she was gonna say that.
You have Apple TV?
We have the old Apple TV.
The old Apple one.
Okay, you gotta upgrade. Anyway, but
we have it on the TV. We have it on the TV.
Okay, so Fitness Plus is something that Apple has as well. With the watch, you have the watch, and you do workouts on your TV with that watch.
Oh.
So they have your wrists. Next thing, well, they're already starting to have your eyes. What's next?
Jeez. Our kids ain't gonna never, our kids gonna have so much more technology than we
Oh
ever
yeah.
had.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's important for they like Kaya already know how to do coding, Sky and Pedro know how to do coding,
And
all
that's a
that
good
stuff.
thing.
So I'm like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they're gonna need all of that computer stuff, computer classes. They're gonna
Look,
need that
we're not
stuff.
saying that TV is a bad thing. We're not saying that having an iPhone.
No, I was just saying
How
cut
you
back the
use it.
time.
We're just talking about not 24/7.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the whole idea. We're just saying not to be doing it all the time.
Right.
Oh yeah.
You gotta have
Limit,
a limit.
a cutoff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's what
Especially
we're
for the
talking about.
children.
Yeah, definitely.
Because
Because even now babies got iPads. Shoot.
Mhm.
Babies.
Yeah.
Not even talking about teenagers. We're talking about babies.
As for the rich, I think babies have
not
Kindles.
not necessarily because our children,
Got a Kindle.
we were blessed. We were blessed with that. Our
Yeah.
children were blessed as children to have iPads
Mhm.
I know, but I'm
as
just
kids,
saying.
but it helped them. But we did monitor them on that too. They wasn't
Right.
on it all the time.
Yeah.
When it died, and then we would charge it and they wouldn't get it back for 3-4 hours. We would leave it off. So, but they did. That's why I helped them with the coding and stuff and things of that nature.
Right.
It did teach them how to navigate internet and stuff faster.
Yeah.
I don't know how
Kids
good that is.
nowadays pick up stuff so fast. They sponges for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what a kid is. A kid is nothing but a sponge.
Mm-hmm.
That's why what you put in a kid, you get back out.
Ain't that the truth? Wow.
That's why you have to give them good stuff. Because if you put any bad things in them, all you're gonna do is get bad things out of them.
Mhm.
Wow, that's true.
And that's the whole purpose of this discussion: family time or screen time.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the more we spend that family time together as they get older, they're gonna replicate that with their families if they have one.
That's if you make it a good family time.
Right. But
Yeah.
but most time like you remember most times you
I
remember
remember-
that.
Yeah, I do.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I grew up.
Yeah.
I grew up like that. My family, my father, and my mother did not let us watch TV all the time. We didn't have computers and stuff. My father used to hate stuff. All my comic books he just throw away. If he found them, he threw them away. All my cards, he threw them away. He said he wouldn't say they were satanic, but he would say they was of the devil. So he would throw them away. And then, but when it came to family time, we did just have family worship, and then we just have time where we just sit out on the couch and talk,
Yeah.
or we'll watch a show or play games. We used to play, back then we had those Bible games. We had I can't remember the names of them, but they had all kind of like Bible games and stuff,
Right.
like Bible,
Yeah.
kind of like
Trivia and
knockoff, like Bible trivia, Bible Monopoly. Instead of Monopoly, was Bible.
Never
we
played
had
that one.
it was something like, it wasn't really like Monopoly, but it was kind of like a board like that. But they had like different games, And back then we had the old Superbook and stuff, but then they also had like games and stuff. So
Yeah.
and then we used to do a lot of like drawing and coloring and arts and crafts. Like we used to have the vacation Bible schools, and you did a bunch of, but then we'd do that at home too. You have, you just make a mess on the table, doing a craft or something.
Right.
Building a dollhouse or building a birdhouse or something.
Yeah.
So we did do stuff like that growing up.
Yeah.
At least I did in my family.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did up until a teenager, and then it just went downhill.
Yeah, but see, this is what I was talking about earlier about being honest. Let them be honest, but giving my children a little bit of rope.
Yeah.
Because that way, when I was little, they kind of did keep me on the lock and key. But then as soon as I got beyond that, once I got the key to the lock, it was a wrap.
Mm.
And that's why I say, you gotta give, sometimes you can give them a little bit of a just a little bit to see how they're gonna do, and then you can use that as a teachable moment to teach them how to do it, how not to do it.
Yeah.
Are you hearing feedback?
Yeah. You got your computer up?
No.
Volume?
No.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm just glad we was able to talk about this type of thing today.
So glad to see you, Sheldon.
Yeah, nice seeing you guys too. Especially you, world traveler, UK traveler.
Yeah. Don't tell nobody.
Yeah, I went to the South Pole of UK and North Pole of UK.
I've been, yeah. I got a couple more trips coming up. I
Yeah.
don't know when, but I know they're coming.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
But yeah,
So-
I mean, go
So
ahead.
going back to screen time,
Right.
how are you guys dealing with that with your children? Are you using the DACO system or?
Not like I should.
I don't know how to work the decos, so I
I
can't
don't know
even
either.
tell you. So I really
I'm
don't.
learning. I gotta sit down and really like I tried to use it and it kind of worked, it didn't work.
Hmm,
And then but I'm gonna go back and readjust it.
okay, so you're probably using the system my mom used to use then.
What's
Which
this?
I have could be a funny story. So, like I said, when I was teenage, it went downhill.
right.
Got my Xbox. I paid for it.
Right.
You know, got my job, thought I was the stuff. Paid for my TV, paid for my Xbox. And so, obviously, teenage years, time management wasn't important to me.
Well, I don't think that's for no
So,
teenager.
yeah, so the grades went down.
Right.
And, yeah, push came to shove. And one day, my mom walks in the room. I was playing my Xbox. She unplugged it.
Whoa.
Like, I paid for that.
You crashed
But
it.
ever since that, you know, time management was something I really focused on. And yeah, so I guess you're using that system.
Wow.
Not crashing it on the ground.
Nah, I don't crash it on time. I just take
Like-
it away.
like my
Yeah.
mama. But
I just take it away. I take good money for the stuff. I ain't crashing nothing. I just take it away.
No, we just
Yeah.
been trying to. I've been trying to just be like, okay, can I just take a break? Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's
Yeah,
play Fortnite or
yeah.
something. So
yeah.
we just trying to change it up a bit. But as time go on, I think we'll get better at different things to do. But now they like, oh, let's play. So they interested in doing other things
Hmm.
other than being on a
Yeah, and even though they might fight against it where you mention it to them, when they're actually doing it, you can
Right.
see they're actually having fun.
yeah, and that's the
No
main.
matter for your child.
Yeah, definitely.
Well,
Thank
you know, the funny thing is, most people think that you have to spend 3-4 hours with your kids.
Mm,
Sometimes just spending 30 minutes to an hour
hmm
with your children makes all the difference.
Yeah, it does.
Because like our children are introverts, they actually like to be by themselves and do their
Yeah.
own thing.
hmm
Mhm.
So they're not trying to spend 2-3 hours with us anyway.
Yeah. And
But
I
if
ain't
we
trying
just-
to spend
But
that time.
right, and I'm
all
not trying
that
to spend
time.
time with them either. But if I just spend like, and because because I'm the dad, and I'm at work and I come home, they know I'm tired. They know I've been working and stuff. So they're happy if I just give them. Actually, I'll try to get more time. If I spend 15 minutes with them, and they're like, all right, well, I'm gonna go about my way, and I'm like, oh, you know what? Nah, I'm good. You go, they'll go about their way. They'll leave me. I'm like asking them to come back, and they're like, nah, we're good. And they, so it all depends on the child. But
Yeah.
just giving your child that, just showing attention for a little while,
Yeah.
I really feel helps a child to progress.
And it helps you as well.
It
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
So
It does.
mental state and everything.
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely. Definitely.
Mhm.
Thank you so much, Sheldon, for joining us on our show today.
Thank you.
We got to have you
You-
back on.
You got the shy boy one.
I know. Maybe
You
maybe
did
we
it.
can we can open up something and you'll be like, let's do this again.
Yeah, maybe. And maybe we can
Yeah.
get
Yeah,
the
like
child.
it happened with Pedro.
Maybe we can do a couple thing,
Yeah.
and the wife can join us. And act like,
Good luck.
I know she's sitting right there listening.
Mm.
Mm-mm,
She's
she
not.
ran away. So I was in here waiting for you guys, and
Mhm.
she eased in the door. And I'm like, I'm not on yet. I said, but you can come on if you want. She ran away.
Oh goodness.
We'll have a talk with her later.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna pray on that one real
Got
hard.
it.
I'm praying. But thank you so much, Sheldon, for joining us.
Yes, thank you
Thanks.
so much,
Thank you,
bro.
thank
We
you.
really appreciate it.
Thanks.
Mhm.
All
And
right.
we're gonna now say
Goodbye to everyone.
goodbye to everyone. This is the
Bye.
God is Real and Raw podcast.
That's right.
Have a good week.
Have a good week.
Be safe.
guys.